I got your letter, baby, saying that you'll be all alone. Well, I think I'm going crazy, sitting here all alone. I got me a mess of blues. Well, I ain't ate a thing since Monday. I ain't drank a thing all day. Well, now every day is Blue Monday since you went away, since you've gone. I've got me a mess of blues. I'm a four, gentlemen. Well, now oops, there goes that teardrop rolling down my face. Well, I do think I'm feeling lucky. That ain't no disgrace. Since you're gone, I've got me a mess of blues. Well, every day is Blue Monday since you went away. Well, I hate anything, baby. I don't know what to do. Since you're gone, I've got me a mess of blues. Well, I think I'm going crazy, sitting here all alone. Well, every day is Blue Monday. I can't get you on the phone. Since you've gone, I've got you. Since you've gone, I've got you. Since you've gone, I've got me a mess of blues. Let me change the rules here. All right. One of my favorite singers and entertainers besides Tommy Horton is the great Merle Haggard. You're going to all join in on this. Was by popular request. I did this last time. And I'm going to do this for you again. You all join in with me on the beautiful song, Silver Wings, in the key of E, gentlemen. Silver wings, shining in the sun, roaring engines, headed somewhere in flight. They're taking you away, leaving me lonely. Silver wings, slowly fading out of sight. Don't leave me, I cry. Don't take that airplane ride, but you left me standing there, and you left me standing behind. Silver wings, shining in the sunlight, roaring engines, headed somewhere in flight. They're taking you away, leaving me lonely. Silver wings, slowly fading out of sight. All the bridge, boys. Don't leave me, I cry. Don't take that airplane ride, but you locked me out of your mind and left me standing there behind. Everybody, silver wings, shining in the sun. Come on, roaring, headed somewhere in flight. They're taking me away, leaving me lonely, leaving me lonely. Here we go. Silver wings, slowly fading out of sight. One more time. Silver wings, slowly fading out of sight. Oh, that was gonna do it again. Silver wings, you take it home. Slowly fading out of sight. Yeah!
Game.
You're very welcome.
Now it comes to the time that what you've all been waiting for. I can stand here and talk all night about this guy, but I'm not. We're going to get him to play. He's a true Texas gentleman. He's from down south around Brownwood, Texas. And down there he's known as a singing surveyor because he used to do a lot of survey work. He's a member of Louisiana Hayride. He played down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. Ernest Up Record Shop in Nashville, Tennessee, RFD, Dutton Theater, and bunch and bunch. I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to turn it over. Let Tommy Horton welcome.
Somebody, I like to be howdy back big. So let's try this one more time. Howdy, Mountain View! Doesn't that make you feel better? Yeah. Okay, now we're acquainted. I do traditional country music, a little bluegrass, a little bit of gospel, and a tiny bit of rockabilly. Right now we're going to slow it down to a song written by a good friend of ours down close to Waco, Texas. Billy Joe Schaefer wrote this song. I've got this song on one of my albums back there. I'm going to tell you about the CD project here in just a little bit. I got me a brand new one out. And I got it out for you folks here in Mountain View, Arkansas. And this is a song one called Ride Me Down Easy. I hope you enjoy our version of it. Highway's hotter than night times of hell. The rides are scarce as the rain. When you're down to your last jump with nothing to sell and too far away from a train. They're long on Sundays and guitar go. I had a tall drink of yesterday's wine. I had a long string of friends, left some sheets in the wind and some satisfied women behind. Hey, ride me down easy, Lord, ride me on down. Leave word in the dust where I lay. Say I'm easy come, say I'm easy go, and easy love when I stay. Himself. I'm in a rodeo bump and a son of a gun, and the hobo stars in his crown. Hey, ride me down easy, Lord, ride me on down. Leave word in the dust where I lay. Say I'm easy come, say I'm easy go, and easy love when I stay. Hey, ride me down easy, Lord, ride me on down. Leave word in the dust where I lay. Say I'm easy come, say I'm easy go, and easy love when I stay. Yeah, easy love when I stay. CD's out, and I've got a brand new one out, and it's a gospel album. Some of y'all may not remember, I think it's about a year and a half or so. I was down here, I was here at Mountain View to do a show, and I wound up getting sick. And I caught a good case of laryngitis, which I think that's about the first time I ever had it. I couldn't talk for almost a week, and it scared the daylights out of me. I mean literally, it scared me. I thought, Lord, the Lord's taking my voice. And I took that as a sign that I had better start praising the Lord more with my music. And I walked around. I'm not trying to stand up here and preach and do all that, because I'm not a preacher. But I think you better pay attention to those signs. I tell you, my mother, God rest her soul, my mother had a beautiful voice. I mean, she was a singer and a piano player like you would not believe. And all she would do was, the only place she'd sing was in church. She sang gospel music. She told me for years that this is what you need to be doing. You should be doing more of this. And I wish I'd listened to her back when I was a younger man. I was too busy butting my head against the wall and trying to do what I wanted to do instead of what the boss up there wanted me to do. But anyway, I don't want to stand up here and preach, but I do have me a gospel album out. And I got a little bit of good news to tell you. One of these gospel songs, this song that I'm about to do for you, I'm going to wind up on Canyon Creek Records. It's a record label in East Texas. They're going to put out a compilation album. They're putting one of my gospel songs on this record. And I'm hoping and praying it goes out nationwide, and it's also going over to Europe. So, I want y'all to, if you hear it over gospel channels, it won't be played over big major country stations, but it will be played over some gospel radio stations. So keep your fingers crossed for me, say a prayer, and if you get a chance, call in and request it. This song right here, it's on my new album back there. It's one called It's Not What You Know, But Who You Know. When it comes to book learning, it's plain to see a whole lot of folks know more than me. Jesus said if we believe that just one book that we really need. And it's not what you know, but it's who you know. The Holy Bible tells me so. Passing through this world below, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Not what you know, but it's who you know. Well, the finest teachers in the finest schools, they don't say much about the golden rule. The Master said that he's the truth, the way, the light, and he's there for you. And it's not what you know, but it's who you know. The Holy Bible tells me so. Passing through this world below, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Not what you know, but it's who you know. When the knowledge of this world applies, I guess you could say I ain't qualified. One thing I know, that Jesus died on second soul, he's a friend of mine. And it's not what you know, but it's who you know. The Holy Bible tells me so. Passing through this world below, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Not what you know, but it's who you know. Yeah, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. This next song is another gospel song. It's on my new album. I'm trying to give you a preview of my new album here. And this particular song was written by some old boy that lived most of his life, or a lot of his life, in East Texas, but he became a pretty doggone famous singer. Some guy named Johnny Horton, I believe, wrote this song. Y'all remember him? Well, this is one called The Church by the Side of the Road. Daddy was a drunkard, Mama thought for the Lord. Granny took me to Sunday school to the church by the side of the road. And I'm telling you, my Jesus came from the Golden City to the church by the side of the road. Well, this church, it wasn't modern, it was built of logging clay. You could see my Jesus there as we knelt down to pray. And I'm telling you, my Jesus came from the Golden City to the church by the side of the road. Well, time has came between us and the years have come and gone, but I'm leaving here tomorrow. I've been away too long. I'm telling you, I'm going back and see my Jesus in the church by the side of the road. This church, it wasn't modern, it was built of logging clay. You could see my Jesus there, we knelt down to pray. And I'm telling you, I'm going back and see my Jesus in the church by the side of the road. I'm going back and see my Jesus in the church by the side of the road. Like to do for you, I want to send this song out to my good friend. She lives down close to Judsonia, Arkansas. Miss Helen Steelman. She loves this song. Helen's husband Jim Steelman died about a year ago, and Jim and Helen had a theater, the first theater that I was ever in when I went to Branson about 12, 13 years ago, somewhere like that. They put us in the Roaring River Theater over in Cassville. And after all that, I just stayed friends with Jim and Helen, and every time I come to Mountain View, I come up here and see her. And it's always good to see you, Helen. Glad you're here, glad you brought your niece and nephew with you. This is one called The Black Sheep. My friends all say that I am just a black sheep, that I'm not wanted here below. They say that I'm not worthy to be near them. Please tell me, God, where can a black sheep go? small lad. Not many kind friends have I ever had. Could you make room in heaven for a black sheep? Could you love and treat me as your own? Or would I still be treated like an outcast? A black sheep who must always play alone. These clothes may not be pretty that I'm wearing, but you know I can't help the way I look. And I wonder if you'd search your holy pages and tell me if my name is in your book. Could you make room in heaven for a black sheep? Could you love and treat me as your own? Or would I still be treated like an outcast? A black sheep who must always play alone. A black sheep who must always play alone. Family's got to have a black sheep in it, and I'm it. That's okay, I like to be different anyway. I got two good friends of mine that came down from Branson, Missouri to be with us tonight. Met these people about 12 years ago. In fact, they used to work with us in the show we had up there. Please make a nice round of applause for Butch and Lori Rose back there in the back. Butch is a fine drummer and Lori's one of the finest singers out there up in Branson. I'm glad to see you folks come down and be with us. You know, I was in Branson for about 7 years, and I was part of a morning show at the Dutton Family Theater. It used to be the Boxcar Willie Theater, and I was there. I think it was in 2000, wasn't it, Butch? Yeah, you were next door with Mo Bandy at the time. But at any rate, those of y'all who haven't been in the Boxcar Willie Theater or the Dutton Theater, that theater holds about 1,000 people. And I can remember if we had 18 people in the audience, we broke even for the day. I was able to pay the bills. I could pay the help up front and I could pay the band. I didn't get paid, but I got them paid. And I remember standing in the wings back there during the show, and just before the show, and I'd be watching, I'd be taking a head count. And if I come back with a grin on my face, like this gentleman's doing right here, the band knew they was going to get paid that day. But at any rate, 18 people in that theater, it was mighty, mighty empty. But at any rate, a lot of my friends up there, Butch Rose being one of them, and R.J. Van de Griff and Mo Bandy and some of the people, and Jim Stafford, says, Tommy Horton, why don't you start doing what the people want? And I said, what is that? He said, start doing those Johnny Horton songs. Said, you do the Johnny Horton songs and they will come. Well, I can say this, we didn't fill the theater up, but after about a month, after word got around, we got up enough where I got me a part of a paycheck from time to time. I'm glad I didn't quit my job, quit surveying. But I was starved to death. But at any rate, I wasn't starving. No, kidding. But at any rate, I thought I was in Louisiana about it was last summer. I went down to Baton Rouge, down into New Orleans. And I think, well, nobody knows me down here. I can get away without doing some Johnny Horton songs. I don't want to get 2 or 3 songs out of my mouth and somebody screams, do some Johnny Horton songs. I can't get away from it. But at any rate, we started doing a tribute to the legendary Johnny Horton. It seemed like it just snowballed from there. And I do hope some of these songs bring back some memories to you.
Oh, yeah.
Song like this one right here. I'm a honky-tonk man, and I can't seem to stop. I've been thinking the girls' world to the music of an old jukebox. When my money's all gone, I'm all the telephone. Holler, hey, hey, mama, can your daddy come home? Well, I'm living fast and dangerously. I got plenty of company. The moon comes up and the sun goes down. That's when I want to see the lights of town. 'Cause I'm a honky-tonk man, and I can't seem to stop. I love to give a girl the world to the music of an old jukebox. When my money's all gone, I'm on the telephone. Holler, hey, sweet mama, can your daddy come home? Back in, I think it was 99 or 2000, somewhere along in there, I was part of the show that we did at the Dutton Theater. We got booked overseas, and we did 2 shows in Germany, and we did 2 shows over in Austria. And I was up there singing this song, and about halfway through the song, I think it was Dusseldorf or Frankfurt, Germany. I think it was in Frankfurt, Germany. I was singing this song called Sink the Bismarck. And I wasn't getting a very good response. And about halfway through the song, I realized I'd stuck my big foot in my mouth. I realized what I was doing. And after the show, the promoter of the show was a woman. She come back there and kind of spoke a little bit of English, a little bit of German. She said, "Hey, Tom, you woke them up, the German high command here. They're turned over." But anyway, this is one called Sink the Bismarck. In May of 1941, the war had just begun. The Germans had the biggest ship that had the biggest guns. The Bismarck was the fastest ship that ever sailed the sea. On her decks were guns as big as spears, shells as big as streams. Out of the cold and foggy night came the British ship, the Hood. And every British seaman, he knew and understood, they had to sink the Bismarck, the terror of the sea. Stop the guns as big as spears, and those shells as big as trees. We'll find that German battleship that's making such a fuss. We gotta sink the Bismarck, cause the world depends on us. We hit the deck a running, boys, we stranding guns around. Or when we find the Bismarck, we gotta cut her down. The Hood found the Bismarck, and on that fatal day, the Bismarck started firing 15 miles away. We gotta sink the Bismarck, was the final sound. But when the smoke cleared away, the mighty Hood went down. On 6 long days and dreary nights, they tried to find her trail. Churchill told the people, whatever ship was sailing, but somewhere on that ocean, I know she gotta be. We gotta sink the Bismarck to the bottom of the sea. We'll find that German battleship while making such a fuss. We gotta sink the Bismarck, cause the world depends on us. We hit the deck of running, boys, we spin the guns around. But when we found the Bismarck, we had to cut her down. The fog was gone the Sunday, and they saw the morning sun. 10 hours away from homeland, the Bismarck made its run. The admiral of the British beach had turned 8 miles around. We found that mighty we're gonna burn out. The British guns were aimed and the shells were coming fast. The first shell hit the Bismarck, they knew she couldn't last. That mighty German battleship is just a memory. Sink the Bismarck was the battle cry that took the 7th sea. We found that German battleship for making such a fuss. We had to sink the Bismarck was the world depends on us. We hit the liquor running boys and spending guns around. Oh, when we found the Bismarck, we had to cut her down. We found that German battleship for making such a fuss. We had to sink the Bismarck, cause the world depends on us. We hit the liquor running boys, we spun them guns around. Oh, when we found the Bismarck, we had to cut her down. This next song we'd like to do for you is one of my very most favorite country ballads who's ever written. Oh, how I do love this song. And the gentleman who wrote this song was a gentleman by the name of Leon Payne. He's one of my most favorite writers. Johnny Horton did have a cut on this song, but a lot of other people recorded this song, including myself. I have it on one of my albums back there, and I'm going to tell you about the CD project here in just a little bit. But this is one called They'll Never, Never Take Her Love From Me. I hope you enjoy our version of it. If today the sun should set on all my hopes and cares, there is one whose smiling face gods would see. Oh, she'll walk along beside me up the golden stairs. Oh, they'll never take love from me. I thought I'd make her happy if I stepped aside, but I knew her love would never set me free. Even on the day that she became another's bride, oh, they'll never take her love from me. I'm so thankful for each golden hour of happiness that we shared together in the used to be. Someone else's arms will hold her now in fond caress, but they'll never take her love from me. What a fool I was to go and break the trust she gave, and to see her love turn to sympathy. Oh, it's the one regret I'll carry with me to my grave. Oh, they'll never take her love from me. Oh, they'll never take her love from me. Baby, just to kinda hang around. I'll always love you, honey, and I'll never let you down. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. To the sky to prove that I love you, I would jump off and fly. I'd even swim an ocean from shore to shore to prove that I love you just a little bit more. I'll you let me, honey, it's the kind I hang around. I'll always love you, baby, and I'll never let you down. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. So proud if you let me hold you, honey, gotta holler out loud. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Got my CD projects out here. I now have 4 CDs out. I've still got the country albums I had out there that most of y'all up here in Mountain View have. The Electrified Donkey album, the Do What You Do Well album, and my By Request album. But since I saw you last time, I have just finished a brand new gospel album. It's got a lot of those songs, every one of those gospel songs we sang at the beginning of the show are on this album. Now, I'm going to tell you something, folks. I had trouble getting some copies because it wasn't ready yet. I come through Texarkana, I had to stop. I have mine made down here at Drasco at John Rainey's. Well, he couldn't get them out in time for me to get up here to Mountain View, so I went through a place I know in Texarkana, Texas, on the way up here, and I went begging. I said, now look, I've got to have 100 CDs. I said, I'm going to Mountain View, Arkansas, to do a show up there in the Jimmy Driftwood barn for the Bean Fest, and I said, there's some people up there that are expecting this gospel album. If I don't have it, they're going to be mad at me. So they said, well, we'll do them for this. We'll have them ready in about 2 hours. So I said, well, I'm going to go eat lunch, gas to pick up, and I'll be back, and they had best be ready. Well, we'll have them, sir. Okay. I tell you, I've got them back there in the back now. These are what I call my generic first issues. They're not the real ones that are going to come out now. The ones that are going to come out and have the fancier inserts and all of this, they won't be ready for about another 3 weeks. But now the music is going to be the same. The music will be the same on that one as it is on this one. But this one's kind of got a copycat of a picture on there and just some. So I call this my generic first issue. Who knows, that 100 copies might be worth something someday, maybe, I don't know. But at any rate, I'm going to tell you about my pricing now. I've always sold them free for a $20 bill. Is that correct? Well, all my albums back there, the country albums, that price is still available to you. The 3 country albums, the Do What You Do Well, the By Request album, the Electrified Donkey album. If any of you want those, they're still back there on sale for free for a $20 bill. Now, on the gospel album, I hate to do this to you, but I had to go up on it, and I'll tell you why I had to go up on it. They went up on me. And normally I'm going to sell them for 15 bucks, but I tell you what, I always cut my friends a deal. Well, especially when I come to Mountain View. I got some old friends up here and some new friends, and I want to do you right. I don't want to try to skin the puppy. So here's what I'm going to do. If you want to go back there and buy the gospel album by itself, it's going to cost you $12. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. That's almost right at my cost. I am not making hardly anything off of it. I swear, that's the truth. That's about what it cost me to have them made. Now, if you, like I said, if you just want the gospel album by itself, it's $12. But I got another deal to throw in there. If you want all 4 of them back there, I'm going to let you have all 4 of them for $30. Now, is that a deal or is that a deal, huh? That is a racehorse of a deal. I can promise you this, a Kmart or a Walmart Blue Light Special cannot top it. That's my same 3, the country albums, 3 for $20. The gospel album by itself is $12. And if you want all 4 of them, I'll let you have them all 4 for $30. Now that is a bargain. I mean, that's a bargain. I got some new pictures back there. And if you buy any one of the album projects, any one of the CD projects, I'm going to give you a picture. And me and Jimmy and all the boys will be back there. We'll be glad to sign them for you. Now, is that a deal or is that a deal? Huh? Dar said he'd loan you $30. All right. Ed and Dar doing a good job playing bass over here. Lawrenceburg, New Mexico. And my buddy over here, I've known for several years, he's from up in Illinois. I call him the farmer. He's got a farm up in Illinois. He went and did his farm work, and then he comes back to Mountain View, Arkansas, so he can pick. My good buddy John Brody. Now, this big boy standing right behind me here, I've known him about 15 years now, and I call him my right arm. Jimmy originally hails from close to Barstow, California, and he has worked for some of the great people like Neil Diamond, people like Barbara Streisand, people like
Tommy Horton.
Well, I didn't want to say it, but Jimmy used to work in the Joe Gershio Orchestra, who played behind Elvis Presley some of the time. Now, isn't that great? Yeah. He lives in Branson, Missouri. James Principe. This next song we'd like to do for you is something I Do What You Do cut this thing. He didn't do it bluegrass style. Porter Wagner cut it. He didn't do it bluegrass style. Now, I've been told Ricky Skaggs either does it or has done it. I can promise you this. If Skaggs did it, he put some grass in it. I never heard him do it, but I promise you, if he did it, he put some grass in it.
We're talking about bluegrass.
I did it, and I put some grass in it. And this one called Old Slewfoot the Bear. Thank you so much. Y'all are wonderful. We had a lot of fun with those gentlemen right here. I know he lived here in this town. I think he was from a place called Timbo, Arkansas, not too far from here. I do know that when I was in college, I wrote a paper on the man. And his real name was, as you people here in Mountain View know, Jimmy Morris or James Morris. But he wrote his pseudonym name or his pen name was Jimmy Driftwood. And he wrote a song called The Battle of New Orleans one time. My CDs have sold very well under $1 million. This one sold very well over $1 million for Johnny Horton one time, several times. And I understand that this song is still selling. I want to get Nellie. I don't know where Nellie's at, but every time I do this, I get Glenn Branscombe up here to to work with me on this, because Glenn used to work with Jimmy Driftwood, so we're going to call up Nellie, and if I can find David somewhere around here, we're also going to get David and Ernie to come up here with us and help us on one called The Battle of New Orleans. Now, I know y'all are going to know this song, so if you want to jump in there and sing with us, feel free to do so. Here we go.
Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch him. On down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. They ran through the fires and they ran through the battles and they ran through the country where they couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch him. On down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.
Y'all enjoy that one? Don't tell me you want more of it. But you got it. Later we got time for one or two more. Okay, Whispering Pines, the key of D, please. The snowflakes fall. It's winter cold. Time just seems to fly. Said the loneliness in me that makes me cry. It's sad like a morning dove, lost its being in flight. Hear the cooing of his lonely heart through the stillness of the night. Whispering pines, whispering pines, tell me, is it so? Whispering pines, whispering pines, you're the one who knows my darling's gone, oh she's gone, and I need your sympathy. Whispering pines, send my baby back to me. Whispering pines, send my baby back to me.
Are you going to do All for the Love of a Girl?
I guess we'll try to get that one for you. Key of D, please, fellas.
You heard that in rehearsal, didn't you?
Got you.
Well, today I'm so weary. Today I'm so blue. Hold it just a minute. Give me another microphone. This is if they want to hear All for the Love of a Girl, we're going to let you hear it. You can't do it with that mic, can you?
No. That was the flip side of it.
Let's try this again, especially for the lady on the front row. And to anyone else who might like this particular song. Well, today I'm so weary. Today I'm so blue. Sad and broken are dead, and it's all because of you. Life was sweet, dear, and life was a song. Now you're gone and left me, oh, where I belong. And it's all for the love of a dear little girl. All for the love that set your heart to work. I'm a man who gives his life and the joys of this world. All for the love of a girl. And it's all for the love of a dear little girl. All for the love that set your heart in a whirl. I'm a man who gives his life and the joys of this world. All for the love of a girl. All for the love of a girl. This traditional North to Alaska. Taylor, we got time or we got to go home? Okay, C, please, gentlemen. Big. Oh, did you know there was a third verse to that song? Did you know that? There was. There was a third verse to it. They didn't release it.
What happened?
They said it's too cotton picking long. That's before they heard El Paso. Big Sam left Seattle in the year of '92 with George Cratchit's partner and brother Billy too. They crossed the Yukon River and found the bonanza gold below that old white mountain just a little southeast of Nome. Sam crossed the majestic mountains to the valleys far below. He talked to his team of huskies as they marched on through the snow. With the northern lights running wild in the land of the midnight sun. Sam McCord was a mighty man in the year of 1901. Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. George turned to Sam with the gold in his hand. Said, Sam, you're a-looking at a lonely, lonely land. I'd trade all the gold that's buried in this land for one small band of gold to play some sweet little Jenny's hand. Cause a man needs a woman to love him all the time. And remember, Sam, a true love is so hard to find. I built for my Jenny a honeymoon home below that white mountain just a little southeast of Nome. Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. Took mighty men like Sam McCord that came to town like Nome. That Yukon breed of fighting men had gold all their own. Let's stand up to a grizzly bear and put him in his place. I stuck in Alaska, that canary bird sling base. Where the river is winding, big nuggets they're finding. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. North to Alaska, go north, the rush is on. We have had a blast. We got one more song, a gospel song. Ernie's already up here. I'm going to get Nellie and David to come up here and help us do this. And there's one other announcement. I had some good friends come up from Shreveport, Louisiana. I thought during rehearsal this afternoon we was having a Shreveport reunion. But my good buddy, he's a fireman down in Shreveport. He's known around the Louisiana and Architects area down there as the #1 Johnny Horton fan. Now he's got competition in Canada, but that's in Canada, that don't count. We're worried about down here, right? Right! I want to say, thank my friends Jerry and Linda Hope, and their sister came down with them from Shreveport, Louisiana. And I also want to announce that my good buddy Jerry Hope, he's been in the hospital down at MD Anderson in Houston. He's had a bout with cancer, but he's gone through the treatments, and thanks to the good Lord up above, don't think there's not one up there, because let me assure you there is. He is now cancer-free, and he's with us tonight. Stand up, Mr. Hope. I want to dedicate this last song to him. What you got, Ernie?
If you think Tommy ought to come back this spring,
Yes!
a big deal.
It's already on my calendar, and when it gets my calendar, it makes it official, so I'll be here next spring. I might even come down and stay with Ernie and stay about 3 weeks. Go fishing with him. We're going to go trout fishing in the, how do you pronounce that river? Sylamore? Sylamore, excuse me. I hang around up here long enough, I'll learn how to pronounce these words Arkansas style. But this is a song that, this is on my new gospel album. And And I want to send this out to my buddy Jerry because I know the good Lord was with him down there in that hospital. And He's with us tonight, and we're glad you are, and we're glad you're free of that nasty stuff. But this is one called Don't Overlook Salvation. I also want to send this out to Mary Rice, my good friend, right here in town. She lives and works right here. She's Ernie's better half. One called Don't Overlook Salvation. Heaven is a city built by jewels wrapped. Its beauty is a splendor yet untold. If you neglect salvation, you'll never enter in. You'll never ever walk those streets of gold. So don't overlook salvation while living here in sin. Someday it may be too late to pray. Someday when you need Him, He may not let you in. How awful if He should turn you away. Jesus said, be ready, for you know not when the hour. He may come at morning, night, or noon. Just keep your eye upon Him and your soul filled with His power. For you know He'll surely coming soon. So don't overlook salvation while living here in sin. Someday it may be too late to pray. Someday when you need Him, He may not let you in. How awful if He should turn you away. How awful if He should turn you away. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see you back at the CD table. Come talk to us.